Finalizing a book is an exciting process. I've gotten Battleborn Bride completed and edited, and just this morning I approved my book cover. So I am in the final stages of getting the book ready for upload so that I can put it on pre-sale. Now, before I do that, what I want to do is complete the back matter for the book. I have put together a series of questions for book clubs. I'm also going to do what I think I will call 20 questions that will be geared more towards students or anybody who is interested in learning more about the history of the time period in which the book takes place. Battleborn Bride is a historical romance set in Carson City in 1863-1864. It deals with the Nevada Constitutional Convention, so as Nevada went from a territory to a state, and follows the story of Sarah Jane Avery, who comes to Nevada Territory after a tragic event in Lawrence, Kansas. So there is history not only of Nevada, but also of what happened in Kansas at that time period, which directly related to the Civil War. And there are definitely mentions of what is happening in the Civil War throughout the course of Sarah Jane's time in Carson City, because not only was Nevada becoming a state, but the Civil War was raging back east. Gettysburg had already happened by the time the book starts, and at in November of 1863, Lincoln gave his Gettysburg Address, so that is also mentioned. And there is a lot of interesting history, but I didn't go too deep into the history, so I'm going to provide in the back matter links to where more information can be found if anybody is interested in learning more. I wanted to walk that tightrope between a lot of dense history and making the book an easy read that would be enjoyable for people who really aren't interested in studying history, but who might just be interested in the time period. And I hope this book will appeal to young adults up to older adults. It is appropriate, I think, for high school age and older, so I'm going to try to market it as a young adult book, but I hope adults will pick it up also. This is a short novel. I only wrote about 50,000 words because, again, I didn't want to make it too dense. I wanted to make it easily readable for many age groups, and not everyone enjoys a dense book, which I personally love stories that go on forever, but I have found that I kind of overwrite sometimes. So in this case, I underwrote a little bit, and I hope that leads people to be curious enough to do further research on their own. So Battleborn Bride will be released, or at least widely released, on October 31st of 2026. The reason I chose October 31st is because that's the day that Nevada became a state in 1864. That is part of the storyline, of course, the constitutional conventions leading up to Nevada statehood, and I chose the October 31st release date with that in mind. This is also the semi-quincentennial of the United States, so I felt it was a good thing to have more history out there because history is important for us to learn so that we know more about what happened as the various states across this nation became part of the nation, basically. So there were many reasons I decided to write and release the book this year. If you are new here, you can learn more about my writing process by going back and looking at Fast Drafting My Work in Progress, that playlist. You can see the frustrations that I went through because not only was I fast drafting Battleborn Bride, I was also completing and editing Haunt Season, which I released in June. So Haunt Season is a paranormal romance and the second book in my Restless Spirit series. Battleborn Bride is currently a standalone book. I don't know if I will do other books like this. I hope so because I had a lot of fun writing it. And I'm really looking forward to sharing the story with a wide audience, I hope. So while the book will be widely released on October 31st, I do plan to have physical copies in hand in early October so that I have them available for events throughout the course of that month. One of those events will be my book release party at the Riverside Gallery in Reno. I'm not yet talking about that. I have the date set, but I haven't really finalized all the details, so more information will be coming about that soon. But I want to have the books in hand for that, and I'd also like to have copies in hand for Mark Twain Days, which also happens in October. And we are hoping to participate in that once again. We did last year and really enjoyed it. And also, Mark Twain does play a prominent part in Battleborn Bride. He was in Nevada Territory when Nevada became a state. He came here, or Sam Clemens, I should say, his alter ego, came here with his brother Orion. His brother was Secretary of the Territory, and he would serve as acting governor when Territorial Governor Nye was out of the area. So Orion Clemens had a lot to do with Nevada, or Nevada territorial government. Sam Clemens was working as a journalist at the Territorial Enterprise in Virginia City. He also did some initial writing under the pseudonym Mark Twain at that time, and that was basically how he became Mark Twain, was writing articles here in Nevada. Becoming Mark Twain here also led him to leave the area because he started stirring up a little trouble. Sam Clemens, aka Mark Twain, was well known for writing satirical articles that sometimes people took a little bit too seriously. That plays into Battleborn Bride. And so I'm hoping that I will have those copies on hand in plenty of time for Mark Twain Days, which means that this week I will be working on finalizing my back matter, and I will get that formatted and uploaded so that I can put the ebooks on pre-sale. The physical copies, I will have to order proofs and make sure that those are appropriate before I can get my author copies in hand. I am going to do that sooner versus later because if you have been following me, you'll know that I was having some problems getting copies of my most recent release, Haunt Season. We ordered author copies from Amazon, and some of them never arrived. I finally ended up having to cancel the order, and I'm going to try to reorder them after a little period of time has passed. But the 4 copies I was waiting for never showed up. They postponed them yet again, which was really frustrating. So I want to make sure that I have plenty of copies of Battleborn Bride in hand for my October events. And in order to do that, I need to get the book up in the next week. Now, I did mention that I got my cover and it's approved, so I will be doing a cover reveal the day that I put the book up on pre-sale. So hopefully sometime in the next week, I will be doing the cover reveal and the pre-sale announcement for Battleborn Bride. And I'm going to continue to talk about that book as I work toward my plans to market over the next almost 3 months until the wide release. One of my plans will be to upload the book to Book Sirens and see if they will approve that as an advanced review copy for readers. Book Sirens is great. It's less expensive than using NetGalley, but they don't accept every book that's submitted. The last time I tried to submit a book, they rejected it. So I'm not sure if they will accept Battleborn Bride, but I'm hopeful that that will happen so I can get some advanced review readers. I'm also going to be trying other forms of marketing that I haven't quite yet finalized, but I'll talk more about those as we progress. So just wanted to talk today about finishing a book and how exciting that process can be. We are in the point in between the writing and editing and the actual marketing. So this is the finalizing of the book, making sure everything is clean. I need to go back to the manuscript and make sure that all of the editorial comments are finalized and removed, that all my back matter is ready to go, and then I will be putting it into Atticus and getting it formatted so that it can be uploaded. So, busy things, busy times, a lot going on here. It's really exciting, and I'm looking forward to the coming weeks to see how well this goes. I'm very hopeful because, as I said, it's a passion project for me. It's something that I came up with as I was working as an archivist at the Nevada State Archives. I really want to share this history with the public more widely, I hope. We'll see how that goes. But I hope if you are new here that you will continue to follow along with this process, that hopefully you will check out Battleborn Bride. I'm hoping it will be an easy read, kind of an easy entry into historical romance or historical fiction, because, like I said, not everybody enjoys reading dense books. So, my hope is that with this being a less dense historical romance, something that is geared toward younger audiences, but could be appropriate for any age from probably high school up, that it will become a wide read and it will relate to people in all parts of the United States, people who are interested in general history, people who are interested in Nevada history, people who are interested in the Civil War era, um, more in the hobby sense, not the people who really delve deeply into it because they already probably know all the information that I've included. But I'm hoping this will be a way to whet some people's appetites for history, because history can be a lot of fun. And I think this time period in Nevada is not widely written about. It's not widely known or understood. And that's why I'm hoping that by sharing this, that maybe more people will be inspired to read about it, to write about it, to study it, and to learn what's so unique about Nevada. Like the fact that we do celebrate Nevada Day, October 31st, which is why I decided to widely release my book on that day. I wanted to honor Nevada Day, and I'm hoping that by sharing this with other people, they'll become aware that Nevada does celebrate Nevada Day. It is a big event here in Carson City. We have a 3-day weekend, we have parades and other kinds of activities. So there's a lot going on Nevada Day. There's a lot going on in Nevada in October. And it is a fun time to be in this part of Nevada. So if you are not a local and you're planning a visit to the West Coast, I do recommend stopping by Nevada in October because it can be a wonderful time to visit us. Carson City is a beautiful place. There are a lot of historic houses. We're very close to Lake Tahoe, Reno, and Virginia City. I also worked for tourism at one point, so I do have a bit of a spiel. I also do have a fondness for sharing my love of the area with people from other places. So I will keep everyone posted on the progress of Battleborn Bride. That will probably be the focus of my videos this coming week. I did only do a short video yesterday talking about my Restless Spirit series. The reason I did that was because yesterday JT and I kind of took a little break. We had a staycation and we went antiquing. If you are interested, there is more information about that from this morning's podcast. So I'll put the link to that down in our description, down in the description box. Excuse me, I'm really excited right now. I'll put the podcast link in the description box. You can learn more about our antiquing adventures, a little bit about my Coca-Cola obsession, you might say, and we talked about how you can use those elements in writing. So if you've stumbled across this video and you are a writer or a wannabe writer and you'd like more information, you can follow along on my videos, but you can also check out the CC and JT Amateur Hour or the Nevada Author Networks. The Nevada Author Network. Those are the two podcasts that my husband and I co-host. My husband, by the way, is also a writer. He writes under the name JT Hume, and he's got quite a few books out at this point. So I'm working to catch up a little bit. But in the meantime, I'm going to be talking specifically on my channel about Battleborn Bride for at least the next week until I do the final upload for pre-sale and the cover reveal. So I hope you'll follow along as I go through this process to finalize the book. In case you're curious whether you are a reader or a writer, you might not realize, if you are a reader, how much goes into getting that book ready to go out into the world, because they just kind of appear. So there is a lot to do between the time the story is finalized and the time the book is finalized. So I'll take you along on that journey. But I thank you for joining me today. I hope you are having a wonderful day and that you've had a great weekend, and I will chat with you again tomorrow. I'm Cassidy Carson, and this is The Life of a Writer. Take care.